Good afternoon, Andy.
Good afternoon, Lynn. Thank you very much for agreeing on this meeting.
My pleasure. Shall we start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I understand there is an issue in relation to the interface with our subcontractor. What is it?
Yeah, so under the current contract, Goldwind is required to supply and install wind turbines onto the concrete foundation, which is supplied by our civil contractors. So these foundations are delivered on a design and construct basis. So Goldwind only provide a design guideline to fully describe what the interface we require from the civil contractors. So the design guideline only states that the provision of the top anchor ring plate is a preference rather than a requirement. So as a result, based on the current detailed design, the civil contractors will not provide these plates. However, on the other hand, based on our understanding from the installation team, is that installation contractors must have these plates, or otherwise the installation price may exceed the budget.
Okay. If there is a requirement, why is it not in the design guideline?
Firstly, provision of these plates will have cost implication to us, because after all, it's material cost. So by the time when our engineering team finalized the design guideline, they were not aware that the provision of these plates are must-have. So at that time, the installation method was not fully understood, and they haven't even selected the preferred installation team. So this was only identified later as such an issue. So I guess by the time when we finalized the document, there is still a possibility that these plates were not required.
Have you discussed this issue with anyone else?
Yes, so I have discussed this issue with the project director. So he basically agreed to treat this as a variation to the civil contractor so that we can ask them to extend their scope of work to be able to capture these plates. However, he wants to ensure that the price we're getting is reasonable. So there are some actions for me to take. So I have basically requested the civil contractor to provide their quotes to us from their supplier as an evidence. So in the meantime, I negotiated with the civil contractor, and they eventually agreed to share the cost 50-50. However, on the condition that we have to issue the purchase order by close of business today. I have agreed to this.
Okay. And did you follow the process?
Yes. So basically, under the project charter, I, as the project manager, am authorized to approve such expenditure under $1 million. So I will ask our project controller to prepare the purchase order immediately after the meeting.
Do you have measures in place to control the quality?
Yes, so generally speaking, this will follow our overall quality management plan. However, there are detailed steps for us to monitoring the performance of the services and the provision of the goods. So firstly, we will review all the quality documents before those plates are delivered to site. Secondly, we will witness the installation process for these plates and ensure that we will have the opportunity to sign off the completion documents in order to release those hold points. And lastly, we will require all as-built documents for record keeping.
Okay, and what improvement do you suggest in the future?
Yeah, so after a thorough investigation, it is to our understanding that this issue is clearly resulted from lack of communication between our engineering department and the installation department. So I suggest in the future that for all the scope documents that are prepared, which have interface with other functions, and these documents must be reviewed by relevant departments and signed off. And I think we need to improve this scope control process in the future for the greater good of the company as well.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you for your brief.
Thank you very much for your time, Vice President.
Thank you.